Okay, so this is the last video on adjective clauses, and in this video we're going to be covering punctuation, namely commas. This is the trickiest part of adjective clauses for most students. So you probably noticed that in my previous videos, some of the sentences use commas and others didn't. And if you remember, that cannot be used with commas. So this is wrong. I like the roses that smell lovely. I like the roses that smell lovely. So this is considered wrong because we have a comma there. So remember, that cannot be used with commas. Read the following sentences. The watch which is white is broken. The watch which is white is broken. What's the difference in meaning? Adjective clauses that do not have commas are called restrictive or identifying relative clauses. They're important because they actually give necessary information about the noun. So this is restrictive and identifying. And it's giving me necessary information about the watch. Adjective clauses with commas are called non-restrictive or non-identifying relative clauses. They're not important to understand the noun. They just give additional information. So in this case, this would be a non-identifying or non-restrictive clause. So it's not actually necessary for me to know this information to know which watch you're talking about. I'll give you some more examples in a bit. Here it says the first sentence has no commas because it's important to know that the watch is white. So in this one, right, the watch which is white is broken. I might have many watches, but they're not broken. Only the white one is broken. So this might be used in a conversation that goes like this. Wow, you're wearing a watch. I thought you said your watch was broken. Sarah. No. The watch which is white is broken. I have many other watches. I'm wearing my black watch today. So in this conversation, the person has many watches. So they need to be specific about which watch they are talking about. So that's why we're using a restrictive clause with no commas here. Now look at the second sentence. The watch which is white is broken. It's not really important to know that the watch is white. This is only extra information. Maybe I just have one watch and I wanted to tell you the color of that watch. So I included some examples of some conversations. We're going to a party tonight, so please be ready when I get home. Okay, but please make sure that my shoes, which are white, are ready. Yes, I know. You only have one pair. I'll take them to this shoe shop so they can get cleaned. So in this case, she's adding extra information about her shoes. But here, right, he says, make sure to have my shoes ready. Which shoes? You have thousands of shoes. I want to wear the shoes which have a white heel. So in this case, this information is important to know what shoes she's talking about. I've included some pictures here to help illustrate. The shoes which are black are nice. So it's not important to know that the shoes are black, right? All of the shoes that are in this picture are already black. So I'm just talking about them in general. All of them are black and all of them are nice. But look at this one. There's no commas, right? The shoes which are black are nice. So in this case, how many black shoes are there? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of shoes. So when I use it in this sentence, I want to be specific about which shoes I'm talking about. As you can see, there's many different shoes here, but I only think the black shoes are nice. I don't like the other shoes. This is another example. The men who are wearing ties are handsome. So here I'm talking about the men in general. They are all wearing ties and I think all of them are handsome, right? So Here, when I'm saying they're wearing ties, I'm just giving you additional information about the men. But in this sentence, the men who are wearing ties are handsome, right? You notice there's no comma. There's a lot of men in this picture, but I only think that the men wearing ties are handsome. So I only think this guy are handsome. The other men, I think they're ugly. So remember, restrictive identifying clause are used when we want to be specific. No commas are needed. So it might be when I have a big group of something and I just want to talk about things inside that group. Non-restrictive, non-identifying clauses are used when we want to give additional information. So we need commas there. So that information is not actually necessary to understand the noun. It's just providing extra detail. Remember, relative pronouns can be non-restrictive or restrictive. So in any of these cases, some of them might take commas and some of them might not. But remember, that cannot be used with commas.